Hi, thank you for joining today. My name is Marty Vineyard, and I'd like to go over conducting a sensitivity analysis with you. So, what is a sensitivity analysis? A sensitivity analysis is an analysis used to evaluate possible changes and opportunities to project a financial statement. So, you have a financial statement that you produced for the year, and it has a regular history of how your business operates. We can take that information and we can change one small variable and ask what if. What if it cost a lot more to produce our materials this year? What if we were able to implement a black belt program and reduce some of the cost of manufacturing, or change some small variable and increase the amount of units we were able to produce this year? Reduce some type of overhead just by implementing one small thing, and we can look at the invariable. How would that affect our profit by this one small item affecting us at the very beginning? And today, we'll talk about that. So let's assume that you are a computer services company. You sell mini gaming devices, and your profit is based on the sales of these gaming devices. Right now, you expect to produce this year 2,000 devices. The price of the device is $399. And the cost of the device to make it is $299. You expect to have a gross profit of $200,000 to sell it, and you expect to have at the end of the year a total profit of $100,000. So, based on this situation and the formulas we use to calculate everything, we can change one small variable and start asking some interesting questions. We can say, what happens if it costs the vendor a lot more to make this device because of changes to the product? Something in the circuit board wasn't working properly and they had to redesign it, and it ended up costing more to manufacture, diagnose. They had to add memory to it or some other situation, and that increased the price to $350. Or what could happen if we had a great year, we implemented some processes while we were on the assembly line making things, and what we found was that we were able to increase our production without changing any other variable. Some small thing that we just figured out while we were building the unit, we were able to build a lot more, and things were effective. And along with that, our product was very in demand, and we were able to sell them all. So the first estimate is what would happen if we change the cost of materials to $299 to $350. So based on our formulas, we can go in, we can change $299 to $350, and we learn, that's not so good. We need to figure out how we can adapt to this situation. If this ended up costing the vendor a lot more money to manufacture this device, and we could not change the price of the device because customers wouldn't want it, we have trouble manufacturing and we can't expect to increase our production right now. And this situation would end us in a very bad year. We would owe money and we would have to figure something out. So changing this variable and looking at this situation would allow us to sit down and think about, hey, what can we do to avoid this situation? And if it does occur, how can we try to bounce back from the situation? Our second example, hey, we did some really awesome stuff. We had great process changes in here in the middle of our manufacturing assembly line, and we found opportunities to increase our production. And because of this, changing our production rate, we had a really great year. So the thing to look at is either how can we try to build more units without changing any of the other variable. By also using a sensitivity analysis, we can now sit down and think about other side questions like capital budgeting. So excess money that we would like to invest in, what can we do with that based on our situation? So let's assume right now that we have $15,000 and we can either choose to invest it and expect a return at the end of the year, or we can use it all to purchase tooling and hope that it increases our production or lowers the cost of the devices that we're trying to build. So what could be the best way to spend this budget? So let's assume that we invested $15,000 at a 5% return and see that, or that we use that $15,000 and it increases our production and lowers the device of our product from $299 to $269. So with a $15,000 and a 5-year return, we'd expect to have a $750 profit. Or if we purchase a tool and we sold an additional 300 units based off this tool alone, we could have a cost of goods sold of $119,000. We could expect, based on our price reductions, to now have a gross profit of $39,000. So just by purchasing this tool, you know, if this was a possible situation for us, and we could expect the profit to become $39,000. So what we would learn on our risk is that it would be much more profitable to purchase this tool and implement that into our factory as much as possible. So that concludes my briefing for today. Thank you for joining. Appreciate your time.